Imagine a refrigerator being used as a waste bin. What would you say when you come across such a scene? I mean, the refrigerator is not bad. The refrigerator is functioning properly. As a matter of fact, it is new. Nothing is wrong with it. It's not malfunctioning. But the person who owns it decides to use it as a waste bin. What would you think? What would you tell that person? Stick with me as I talk about the concept of originality in this episode of Originality series. Welcome to Originality series with Okemefuna Elizabeth, where I bring you lessons that helps you discover the original version of yourself, the very God original version of you, so that you can live a more productive, so that you can live a globally relevant and a fulfilled life. Everything that is created was created on purpose for a purpose. That means that whoever created that thing has a blueprint for it. It means that whatever you're seeing out there today has its original form. Whether it has been altered, whether it has depreciated as a result of long-term use, there is an original version of that thing. The same thing with us. Just like the refrigerator I talked about when we started, the refrigerator was not created to be a waste bin. The refrigerator in its original state, in its original version, is not a waste bin. As such, using it as a waste bin will not maximize its full potential. When you choose to use it as something that it is not, it is more like an abuse. You are abusing the refrigerator. You are not maximizing the potential of the refrigerator. You're not using it in its right way. That is the same thing. It also applies to you and to me. The moment you do not understand the originality of who you are, the moment you do not understand what it means for you to function in the very original version of you, there is every tendency that you will misuse you. There's every tendency that you will be used in a way that you're not supposed to be used. There's every tendency that you operate outside what you're supposed to do, outside your purpose in life. And that is the reason why it is important for you to understand your originality, to know where you're coming from, to understand what you're created to do, who you're created to be, so that you can actually be very productive in life, live a globally relevant life, and also a fulfilled life. So, who are you? The present manifestation of who you think you are, is that the original you? Take a look at yourself. Do a self-examination and ask yourself, is this who God created me to be? Is this exactly what the scripture says that I am? Is this who the scripture says I am? Is this who God says I am? Now, if this is not, if your current expression of self is not who God says you are, then I welcome you to discover your original version. I advise you today, I encourage you today to take a step and start today to find out who you truly are. And start today to find out what your original is. And start today to find out who God says you are. It is very important. It is crucial to you living a life of impact, a life of influence, a fulfilled life, a productive life, and a globally relevant. I'll see you again in another series of the Originality series. Until then, remember, your original is who you should be. You must not be anything outside that. God bless you.